Hi, Liz Anderson here. We're at ACU getting ready for CNBC to come on campus to talk about digital books with Dr. Ian Shepard and some of his students. I first met with Dallas-based Kevin Tully and crew, who was field producing for East Coast-based Bertha Coombs. We got general campus B-roll, including signage and students. Then we headed over to the Maybe Business Building for Dr. Shepard's microeconomics class. I introduced the CNBC freelance crew to 3 or 4 students that I had picked out to do media interviews. And it was about 20 minutes that the crew stayed in, shooting in and around Dr. Shepard's lesson. Immediately following, another class was meeting in the room, so we had to move quickly to the learning studio, where we set up in a room large enough to handle all the equipment, but we quickly realized that the air conditioning was making too much noise. We were under a time crunch because the tape needed to be FedExed to New York that night, so until Central Facilities could turn the air conditioning off, we had to improvise and hold up a soundboard up against the vent so the noise would not distract the taping. We interviewed Dr. Shepard, and I would text the next student to come on up for their interview. I had arranged for some snacks to be brought up, and by 5 o'clock, those snacks and drinks were very much appreciated by the crew. As we were waiting for Dr. Bill Rankin, who would talk about the big picture and who was coming in from Boston and arriving at the Abilene airport, fortunately, none of Dr. Rankin's flights were delayed, and he was able to come in, get his interview done, and we wrapped up just on time. In the 2 months since the shoot, I had questions nearly every week asking when the piece was going to air. But of course, you have to remember Osama bin Laden had been captured. There were floods. Even up until the day the story aired on CNBC, there was a last-minute economic crisis in Greece. But such is the nature of news. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and we'll see you next week.